As we get older, life naturally takes on a different rhythm. Our priorities shift toward cherishing peace, spending quality time with loved ones, and taking care of ourselves. During this stage, the people you surround yourself with can have a profound impact on your happiness. Some relationships can lift you up, while others may drain your energy and disrupt your well-being. In this video, we'll explore 6 types of people to avoid to help ensure your golden years are filled with positivity and joy. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications so we can stay connected. 1. The manipulator in the serenity of old age. Manipulators can subtly disrupt the peace you've worked so hard to achieve. These individuals often cloak their behavior with pleas for help or affection, tugging at your nurturing instincts. Manipulators know how to make their needs seem urgent and impossible to refuse, leaving you feeling obligated to meet their demands. Imagine enjoying a quiet evening when your phone rings and it's a friend or family member asking for another favor. It may start small, a quick ride or an errand, but over time, you notice a pattern. Their requests become frequent, and if you hesitate or refuse, they might accuse you of being selfish. This use of guilt to enforce compliance is their hallmark. Manipulators thrive on your kindness and hesitation to confront them. Over time, this dynamic can chip away at your autonomy and leave you emotionally drained. Protecting yourself from this behavior begins with recognizing the signs. Ask yourself, is this person enriching my life or consistently taking more than they give? Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and care, not obligation. Setting boundaries is essential. For instance, if a manipulator asks for help, you might respond with, "I'm sorry, but I can't assist this time." You don't need to justify your decision. Establishing boundaries allows you to reclaim your time and energy, ensuring that your well-being comes first. 2. The narcissist. Narcissists are another type of person to avoid in old age. These individuals are consumed by their own needs and achievements, often leaving little room to consider the experiences or feelings of others. They dominate conversations and relationships, making you feel invisible and undervalued. Picture this. You're sharing a cherished memory with a friend, only to have them interrupt and steer the discussion back to their own experiences. This isn't a one-time occurrence, but a repeated behavior. Over time, it becomes clear that they're more interested in being the center of attention than in forming genuine connections. Narcissists may not even realize the impact of their behavior, but their inability to offer empathy or support can leave you feeling dismissed and diminished. In your later years, it's important to surround yourself with people who listen, care, and value your perspective. Sharing your stories and wisdom is not only fulfilling, but also a reminder of the rich life you've lived. Setting boundaries with narcissists is a vital step toward maintaining your emotional health. If they interrupt or dismiss you, assert yourself calmly by saying, "I'd like to finish what I was saying." If they continue to prioritize their needs, consider spending less time with them. Focus instead on relationships that uplift and celebrate you. Life is too precious to waste on one-sided connections. 3. The critic. As we embrace the later stages of life, the freedom to live authentically becomes one of our greatest treasures. However, critics can erode this freedom by constantly pointing out flaws and sowing doubt. These individuals, whether under the guise of helpfulness or outright negativity, can deeply affect your self-esteem and confidence. Critics may take many forms. It could be a friend who always comments on your appearance, a family member who questions your choices, or an acquaintance who highlights your every perceived shortcoming. Though their remarks might seem trivial at first, over time, they accumulate and create an atmosphere of constant judgment. What makes critics particularly damaging is their tendency to project their insecurities onto others. Their critiques often reveal more about their own struggles than any actual faults in you. Yet, their persistent negativity can leave you questioning your worth, which is unjust after a lifetime of achievements and growth. To counteract the impact of critics, it's important to evaluate their feedback critically. Ask yourself, is this feedback constructive? Does it come from a place of care and respect? If the answer is no, let it go. Their opinions are not a measure of your value. For example, if someone criticizes how you spend your retirement, respond confidently. I'm happy with how I'm living my life. This simple statement reaffirms your autonomy while setting a clear boundary. Another effective strategy is to redirect conversations with critics toward positive topics. For instance, if they highlight what they see as a mistake, steer the discussion toward something you're proud of. That's one perspective, but I'm really proud of what I've accomplished. By doing this, you remind both them and yourself of your strengths and resilience. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is equally important. Seek out relationships that celebrate your achievements and lift your spirits, whether it's a neighbor, a community group, or a trusted friend. These connections will help you focus on the positive and drown out the voices of criticism. Life is too short to be weighed down by negativity. You've earned the right to live with pride and joy. For the irresponsible in your golden years, life is meant to be savored and enjoyed, not spent carrying the burdens of others who refuse to take responsibility for their own lives. Irresponsible individuals often create chaos and expect you to clean up their mess, leaving you emotionally and sometimes financially drained. Picture a family member who frequently lands in financial trouble due to poor decisions. Time and again, they come to you for help, promising to change, but the cycle repeats itself. Their lack of accountability disrupts your peace and forces you to bear a weight that isn't yours to carry. Irresponsibility isn't just about neglecting duties. It's about shifting the consequences of one's actions onto others. These individuals often exploit your goodwill, appealing to your kindness and sense of duty. While it's natural to want to help, continually rescuing them prevents them from learning and growing. Setting boundaries with irresponsible individuals is not cruel, it's an act of love for both yourself and them. Start by recognizing your limits and understanding that you are not obligated to fix their problems. For instance, if someone repeatedly asks for financial support, consider saying, "I'm sorry, but I can't help with this." Perhaps you can explore other options. Resist the guilt they may try to impose. Irresponsible people often use guilt as a tool to manipulate, but your refusal to enable their behavior is a step toward empowering them to take responsibility. Offering advice or emotional support can be more constructive than stepping in to solve their problems. Your golden years are a time for self-care, exploration, and joy. By setting boundaries, you create space for yourself to thrive and allow others to learn from their choices. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries and appreciate the wisdom and support you provide without taking advantage of it. 5. The ungrateful few things are as disheartening as extending kindness only to have it met with ingratitude. Ungrateful individuals fail to acknowledge your efforts and contributions, leaving you feeling undervalued and frustrated. These interactions can drain your emotional energy and make you question the value of your generosity. Imagine preparing a thoughtful meal for a family gathering, pouring your heart into every dish, only to receive complaints or indifference. Or consider helping a friend rearrange their schedule, only for them to act as though your effort was expected and unremarkable. Such behaviors send a clear message: your time and care are taken for granted. It's essential to recognize that ingratitude reflects more on the other person than on you. Their inability to appreciate others often stems from their own shortcomings. You deserve to be surrounded by people who recognize and respect the love and energy you bring into their lives. Setting boundaries with ungrateful individuals can help you protect your emotional well-being. If someone consistently fails to show appreciation, consider scaling back your efforts. Redirect your energy toward people who value and acknowledge your contributions. For example, if a family member doesn't appreciate your help, you might say, "I've decided to focus on what brings me joy and fulfillment." Spending time with those who reciprocate your kindness fosters a sense of mutual respect and gratitude. These relationships will uplift and rejuvenate you, ensuring that your golden years are filled with positivity and love. 6. The negative thinker. Lastly, negative thinkers can drain your energy and cloud your outlook on life. These individuals often focus on what's wrong, highlighting problems and setbacks while dismissing joys and successes. While they may not intend harm, their persistent negativity can leave you feeling weighed down and demoralized. Picture spending time with someone who constantly complains about the world, criticizes others, or dismisses anything positive. Over time, their outlook can influence your own, making it harder to maintain your peace and optimism. Their negativity becomes a barrier to your happiness. To protect yourself from this drain, it's important to recognize when someone's negativity is impacting you. Limit your exposure to these individuals and focus on cultivating relationships that nurture positivity. When faced with negative remarks, try redirecting the conversation towards something uplifting. For example, respond with, "I hear you, but let's focus on something good that's happening right now." You have the power to choose the energy you allow into your life. Surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you. Seek out those who share your values and encourage a hopeful perspective. By doing so, you create an environment that fosters joy, growth, and resilience. Thank you for joining us in this discussion on the 6 types of people to avoid in old age. If you found this content helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, your well-being is a priority, and you deserve to surround yourself with positivity and love. Until next time, take care and cherish your golden years.